Guys, we made a pivot in our business that has literally allowed us to infinitely scale and charge more doing it, right? You know me here, Darius York from SaulnaDigital. Special, not even a special guest, yo. This is the behind the scenes man. He's finally flew in town, stopped being scary. Craig.
I'm on camera now. I'm on camera. Hopefully you guys checked out the podcast we just did, which is Pure Sauce.
Straight pure sauce for like an hour.
Yeah, for sure. But today, we want to keep it a little more on point, right? Guided like on the series itself. So it's going to be fun to dive into it together. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, fuck yeah. It's episode 6 of the series of documenting exactly how we're going from $0 invested to over $84,000 a month. And guys, please watch our other videos because we are literally showing you guys the exact processes we are using. And like we're on pace, right? Like I said, we're gonna show payment processors here soon to show you guys actually, right? But you know what I'm saying, we want to get a little closer to that 84, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Show you guys, but know we're on pace.
For sure. And this one's actually a really special video because we're making a big pivot within the business. Obviously, everything stays the same, right? Like our goal at the end of the day is $84K a month. That's the goal, right? But
$1 million a year.
Exactly. But this video specifically is about the pivot that we made that's actually going to take us there in a quicker time and be more scalable, right? We broke down the whys and everything in the podcast, but this is just pure sauce here. So
Facts. Basically, at this point, we're like known for building and burning down business models. Yeah. Like straight up. I scaled to SMA, then I jumped over, scaled a whole insurance team, had like 8 sales reps, right? We've burned down one together already. Like, finding what you're in alignment with and where you actually want to go is so huge, right? And like we said, we both scaled multiple agencies. Like we didn't burn them down because they weren't unsuccessful.
Yeah,
We didn't have the actual systems we needed to take it to the 100K a month, 84K a month, right?
Yeah.
And we've found a genuine way to go there. And it just excites me, genuinely.
Yeah, for sure. I wanted to get clear on that because it wasn't for lack of success.
Right.
We burned them down, right?
Right.
But we're constantly purling these systems, you know? So when these systems keep getting purled, we just keep getting better and better, right? So that's kind of what brought us to where we're at now, to this final switch, where I think we're going to be in for a little while, hopefully.
Facts.
Fingers crossed.
Facts.
And we're just building upon this, right? I know you went over all of the other previous videos, so kind of let's recap what we dove into last time.
Yeah, so far in kind of the series we're giving to you guys, right? The last video we went over how to close deals, right? The video before that was
like how to book the calls, I think.
Okay, yeah, how to exactly book the calls, right? My bad. And so straight up, like if you have a decent offer at all and you see just a little bit of demand, go watch those videos and you will literally be able to smack, right? That is a part of the reason why we're giving out all the information, because we want you guys to go make money and then come invest it with us. And then we're going to sell you guys implementation and access, right? Allow you guys to come on the grease ship with us and all the motion boys that are going to be coming with us, right? Like that's what we want to do for you guys, right? Like go back, watch those videos and plug it in. Like seriously.
Yeah, as far as the past videos goes, like we're documenting the ups and the downs, which no one else does. I don't care what anyone says. No one else documents the ups, the downs, the switches, the pivots. That's what we're documenting here, which makes us different. But alone with what Darius went over in the previous videos, we taught you how to book calls and we taught you how to close calls. So if you just watch those 2 videos alone, plug a semi-decent offer into it, you're going to have no problem collecting cash online. And then especially if you take into play what we're actually going over today. But as far as today's video goes, I kind of want to dive into why we actually made that switch.
Yeah. So previously we were in like an info type of agency model right? Working a lot on, performance-based selling services, right? And it was just hard, right? Like juggling fulfillment, right? Juggling acquisitions, right? Like dedicating all of our resources and efforts to, our offer was 10K in 7 days, right? And we genuinely could do that for people running the neuromarketing method, right? Which is a bonus at the end of the podcast video. Hint, hint, go watch it, right? But like, there's like the ability to scale, right? Like, we realized, right? Like, okay, to be on the forefront of scaling an agency, right? You need to have real systems in place, right? And we didn't have them, genuinely, right? Like, there was only so many clients we could service and fulfill for at a really high level, right? And then it's like, okay, let's say we cap at, 3 to 5 clients a month, right? To get them really printing, right? And it's like, okay, now if these people churn down the road, we lost a big chunk of revenue, right? Like, okay, now we've dedicated all this time to fulfillment. We have no more leads coming in. So then we have to kickstart, outbound again, or cold calling, or cold emails, right? Like all the acquisition processes, right? Now, like the market's moving so fast that the angles have changed, the messaging has changed, right? People want the same thing, but they're getting hit with so much information and ads nowadays that it's like the message, like your messaging has to stay in congruence, right? And like it was just so hard to scale. It was just so hard to actually scale.
Yeah.
Right. And it was just a lot of work for, like, honestly, like people have it backwards. Like they're like, oh, like once you get a company to 100K a month, like you're gonna just be like printing. You know what I'm saying? But like, when companies get up to that rate, like margins get lower, right? Because now they're having to onboard more closers sometimes, right? And it's like, okay, we're in this role that's at the bottom of the totem pole for like maybe potential info agency or DM setting agency or whatever that might be, right? And it's like the margins actually get thinner, which is crazy to even say, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. I think like the one emphasis, if we had to put it on something, would definitely be the fact that it's the systems that we're selling, because this info space, it's called info space, right? It's information is what you're selling, but it's not a mentorship, and it's not courses. It's the systems that provide the value. And the good thing about systems is they're done. So you do them one time and they can be sold unlimitedly.
Infinitely.
Right? Yeah, infinitely, right? So that's huge when it comes to like what we're actually selling. And then another thing I wanted to touch on was the margins, right? We actually got off a sales call right before this.
Literally.
For a guy with a 10K offer, right? And he was negotiating and he batted an eye at 20%. Well, that 20% on 10K, that's $2,000, which, just all transparency, is our lowest ticket, right? So that would mean we would have to put the same effort into selling somebody else's offer to make the same amount of money, but we can put all that effort into selling our own offer, and we're the one driving the boat. So everything's reliant on us.
Right.
So I think that's the biggest upside to it, is the fact that we're driving the boat. It's 100%. Not 100% profit, because we have a team of dogs, but
right. But we're operating at really high margins. Like,
yeah, super high margins, and we're driving the boat.
80%. Right.
We're driving the boat. This guy was doing math like we closed 90% of calls. Like
it was extremely optimistic math, right? And I hear you. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to sell the dream for sure, trying to make it make sense, because he did want us, right? And we're just trying to slip him out, right? But you hit on a really big thing, right? Because we've been on a lot of like high producing offers, but at the end of the day, you just create a glorified job, right? And that's the biggest thing that, for me personally, that was one of the biggest reasons why I was like, bro, when we were breaking down, like, let's pivot, right? Like, let's get at the top of this funnel, right? Because, okay, now what if they're if it's the agency owner that's closing for, the marketing stuff you're doing, like, if they're not closing, that becomes a bottleneck. You're not collecting cash. You can do everything right, Yeah. And at the end of the day, it's just like you have no real leverage.
Yeah, that's a good point, because the real eye opener for me was when we were training Uri. So we have a Slovak kid. I always say that.
Goonie.
Just a goon. And he runs our whole acquisition process now. But before we had real scalable SOPs, we were teaching him up, and we were giving him an opportunity to make money with us on just a partnership rev share model with lower commissions. But what was the eye opener for me was when we had 3 people in acquisitions, me, Darius, and Uri. That makes no sense at all.
Right.
And that's how you know your business isn't scalable, when someone churns and now you have 3 people in acquisitions.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Fully just balancing everything. You need someone at the top, and then you need them to break it down. But I think we're about to heat up here. So let's pop a little Zinnichino.
A little Zinnichino.
A little Zinnichino before we dive into
A
our
little
offer.
Zinnichino. Straight up.
Yes, sir.
Literally been up since 6 a.m. Haven't ate all day. Running a fast. Water. Nicotine. Dialed.
Yeah,
Dialed. The boys are dialed.
we're dialed. We're locked.
You know?
We're locked.
So
break down
upper
this offer, this new acquisition ascension process.
Acquisition ascension process, right? And we've broken it down in all the videos, right? We're going to keep saying it till we're blue in the face, right?
I'm go busy.
Like, implement these systems if you genuinely want to take your offer and put it in front of over 500 targeted people a day, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Like legit, like straight up. That is going to, like, that alone will change your business, right? Like, the numbers don't lie. You know what I'm saying? Whenever we break this down, I'm going to show you guys this every time. It's so simple, right? KPIs, right? And this is, one person can run this across accounts,
Yep.
right? One person. You know what I'm saying? KPIs, 300 to 500 targeted DMs per day. Okay, I really want to dive into this targeted thing, right? Because I don't think it goes said enough about, okay, we're talking about Uri, right? He figured out how to literally, like, we got on a call yesterday with him, and he scraped 50,000 targeted leads and then refined the leads down to 16,000 of just people that have a certain amount of following, a certain title in their bio, like extremely qualified, right? And like literally our sales calls right now, like I can genuinely say across the board, no one has been unqualified.
No one.
And it's like, yo, that shit fires me up. It fires me up. It fires me up. I love it. I love it. But this is what it looks like. Like optimized running in genuinely like less than 30 days. You can have this going, right? Industry standard numbers, that's 15 to 25 positive replies. That's 3 to 5 calls booked, right? That's 2 to 4 show-ups. That's 1 to 2 closes per day. These are daily KPIs, right? That, like this outbound automation alone will allow you to put your business on a run rate for over $1 million a year.
Yeah. And I think it's all backed by fact, because we've pearled every single system in this acquisition ascension process, and we got realistic KPIs from other offers, our own offers that we've switched from, and we've reversed engineered the process in the form of SOPs that can be scalable, right?
Right.
So as far as just outbound, for example, those KPIs were reverse engineered based upon our data that we've gotten as an agency and with our clients. We simply made SOPs of these systems that were reverse engineered, and then we gave that to Uri, and now he's on the side running those SOPs, which are really easy to follow because it was all the brunt work was done. Right. So he's just keeping the wheels turning, right? And then he's on the forefront of, pearling our SOPs, right? Because we can always get better. But the point is that you reverse engineer these KPIs so it's proven. This isn't like it might work. It will work as long as the offer's there, because we're a testament to it. And that's how we're booking so many calls.
Facts.
But that's just outbound, so let's dive into the other stuff.
Yeah, and bro, that's the shit that excites me, right? Like, this is just outbound, right? And like we said, full transparency. Even on my sales calls, I let everybody know I love to speak in full transparency.
Yeah.
Let you know exactly where we're at. Right now, like, we are strictly dialing outbound for our business, right?
Yeah.
And we are booking calls daily.
That's because we haven't blown up yet, because these guys are interacting with our shit, bro.
Right, like comment, bro, facts, bro. Get this in front of the right people for us. Damn it, bro.
Right.
But no,
I swear we're
in
talking
time.
to y'all. I swear we're talking
In time, right, yeah. And if you're already 15 minutes deep in this video, you probably are ICP, right? You probably have an agency that you want to scale to and be a millionaire probably before you're 25, right? You want the Porsche now, you want the G-Wagon now, right? Like we're going to look at some tomorrow, right? Like straight up, right? You want it now, and we have a real scalable way for you to do that, right? So make sure you reach out to us.
Before we get off these KPIs, one thing came to my mind. If you want to show the KPIs, is this 300 to 500 DMs per day is super conservative, and I also want to say we're on the forefront. Still building out the SOPs, like I said, that's the most important foundation, but we're on the forefront of a way to actually bump that up for our clients to well over 1,000 per day. So if anybody wants to be a little test dummy on that, we would slide you a little discount.
Absolutely.
I think that would be awesome.
Yeah.
But
Nice.
yeah, no, let's dive into the other acquisition sources that we have, because outbound is only one, you know.
Right. No, absolutely. And like, okay, acquisition ascension, right? Acquiring customers, right? That's what it's about. Having high quality meetings coming in your calendar all the time.
That's it.
Right? So now, whether you have a extremely scalable personal brand or you're building it up, right? Like this is where it'll vary a little bit, as you're about to see, right? In previous videos, we already dove into kind of each moving part, right? But we're giving the overview, right? And like I said, we let you guys know exactly where we're at, how we're going from 0 to 84K, leveraging the shit out of outbound right now, right? Next, okay, cash is being collected, right? We're about to scale ads, right? Ads are going to run to a warm dialer, right? Which is what we're doing for one of our offers. We're literally warm dialing today. And I kid you not, we were checking the numbers. We literally booked 80% of the people that picked up the phone.
Yeah.
Like, it's nutty.
And then I even plugged our numbers into ChatGPT, and they were like, "Yeah, you're way above industry standard." Like,
yeah,
we're going crazy on ads right now, and that's an interesting point that I want to touch on. The fact that we're starting with outbound first, because this was a hard pill for me to swallow in the beginning. But if you're not booking calls off outbound, it's not going to work for ads because your messaging is not dialed.
Facts.
Right? If you can book people off outbound, then ads will work because your messaging is there.
Right.
So use outbound as a test to pearl your message, and then once you're getting, positive market feedback, then it's time to throw fuel at that fire.
Exactly.
And blow it up. So that's in full transparency why we haven't scaled into ads yet.
Yeah, exactly. And we have VSLs literally scripted. We're planning to shoot them. Right.
Very
exactly.
soon. It's within a couple weeks.
Right.
For sure.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So outbound ads. And then let's say you already have a personal brand, right? You need to be running that neural marketing method on your inbound stuff. And like, literally, you will collect cash so freaking fast. Like, it's nutty. It's nutty, right? But here we go. Let's break it down again. You know what I'm saying? Acquisition ascension, right? So we've already dove into the outbound processes, what that looks like. Outbound SOPs, right? Targeted leads, right? Getting warm accounts, building them in congruence, automating the outreach, right? So all a person would have to do, right? A growth specialist, right? This growth team that you would implement into your business,
that
right?
we would implement.
Right.
We would, let's get that super clear. We have the pool of talent.
That's facts.
That's ready and pearled and trained personally by us, by SaulnaDigital.
Facts.
Right? And that will get plugged into your business and just run the SOPs that we already pearled that are proven.
Literally.
If you get on the call, if it's not from this video and you get on the call, those systems are proven.
Facts.
Right?
Facts.
Right? So
Facts.
then if you close, they're proven even more. And then we're going to implement them into your business, and then...
Right. I knew we were on the forefront of something big when literally, like, I was watching a movie the other night. Craig was on the way to Atlanta, and we literally had 2 book meetings roll into our calendar, right? Like, I have the ability to no longer be the bottleneck of the business, right? High quality meetings are rolling in. We have a business model that is infinitely scalable, right? Like, I have the ability to wake up tomorrow and make multi-5 figures. Like, I can't ask for much more. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up, right? And I can genuinely say that every entrepreneur in this new age marketing space needs this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's about acquiring acquisitions or acquiring leads from every angle possible. And that's it. That's what this acquisition ascension process is.
Straight up.
We're going to max out outbound the best and most optimal way.
Yep.
We're going to figure out a way to max out ads in the best and most optimal way. We're going to figure out how to pearl your setting process in the most optimal way, DM setting, warm dialing, whole 9 yards, personal branding even. Once we have these SOPs proven, that's going to be a bonus. Right now it's not really in our pitch yet because it's not there. But once we pearl these SOPs, that's going in there. Just so everything is pearled exactly to acquire leads at the end of the day.
Straight up. And that's like that's the personalization of the consulting we're doing, right? We're implementing these infrastructures, then we're staying on for, depending on which offer you get, right? 3-4 months of consulting, right? Making sure that your team and your processes are just getting dialed, like Craig was just talking about.
Yeah,
right?
And that's a good distinction right there as far as like the two offers go, because like we said, outbound is your testing ground almost. So we do offer just outbound. So that's one offer right there, just outbound for a way lower price. So you can actually get your offer in front of a bunch of qualified eyes daily, right? That alone can scale you to that 30, 50, 80K mark even. I know people in the space that have scaled to over 100K, strictly outbound, no ads.
Straight up.
Right? So super doable. And then obviously everything else would be included in our other offer.
Right. And then to go on the theme of this video, right, breaking down this business model, right? Okay, we're seeing so much demand around outbound automation, right? Let's put that on the table, right? Now, when they buy outbound automation, right, what do you think the next scale step is?
Yeah.
Our next offer, right? So we're positioning ourselves already for a cross sell.
Yeah.
Like, I can pop up literally testimonies of kids we're mentoring that are literally still in high school that switched over to this business model, and they're like, the cross sell is so easy, right? Because we've already positioned ourselves as experts because the outbounds are printing, right? It's like, okay, now they're ready to scale into ads, right? They know we're already good at that stuff. Why would they not just lean on someone they already know, like, and trust?
Yeah.
Right? It's the easiest cross-sell of all time. Legit.
And
legit.
That's the reason we can sit here and say it.
Facts.
That's the reason we can sit here and say, like,
Facts.
you can buy our front-end offer, but you're going to get cross-sold. It is what it is, and it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer because we're going to give you these systems. You're going to have a shit ton of meetings rolling in that you don't know what to do with. You're going to be swamped. You are going to be swamped. That's going to be your next problem. You're going to be swamped. You're not going to be able to wear that many hats of setter, closer, person fulfilling the offer. You're going to need that team actually established into your business, and that's where the cross-sell comes in. And it's a super fair deal. Like, that's how we roll around here. Super fair. But, like, the offer is so good that we can just flat out say it, and, like, nothing's hidden.
Yeah.
Nothing's hidden.
Yeah. Like, honestly, in today's space, right, you don't have freedom unless you have a growth team around you.
Yeah.
Right? Like, real A players who are just continually acquiring customers, continually closing high-ticket deals, right? Like, you don't have freedom, right? Like, I just booked a trip to Tulum, still trying to get this guy to come, right? He's being scary, but, like, bro, we're going to keep scaling while I'm over in Tulum chilling at the beach, right? Like, that's what we want as entrepreneurs, right? And that is genuinely what we're creating in this business model, right? And what we're also implementing. You know what I'm saying? Exactly what we're doing to ourselves, exactly what we're scaling, is exactly what we're selling.
Yeah.
Right?
It goes into phases as well, right? Because phase one is just collect, right? Like, we broke that down when we were in that phase, right? It's like, all right, this phase, this is about acquiring cash.
Right.
Fuck everything else. We're acquiring cash now.
Right.
Right? But then, once you get past that point where the meetings are rolling in, now it's like, okay, I need to drive this boat, and I need to know what I'm looking at and where I'm going, and I need to steer this thing at a super high level, and that's when the growth team comes into play.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. And it's been super cool because literally our network is literally nothing but killers. Like, and the ability, like, okay. let's lay it on the table. Full transparency, like I said earlier, right? We ran an internship, right? Internship. We're literally training up people how to run these systems, get really good at these systems, right? Okay, they're helping us book a ton of meetings.
Yep.
Okay, what are these people going to need when they close on our offer? A growth specialist, right?
Yep.
So we're training up growth specialists, plugging them into a paid on performance offer where they're making cash pretty close to instantly, right? Like faster than I've seen on the marketplace. And now they're having the opportunity to build an agency alongside of us, right? Plugging into these high ticket performing offers that we're closing, right? Like what we're building is nutty. It's nutty.
It's an ecosystem.
It's an ecosystem.
Yeah, it's not just a business, it's an ecosystem, right?
Right.
We're training the people, we're acquiring the leads, and then we're plugging them in. So it's a win-win for everybody. The one thing I really wanted to touch on is the thing that separates us in the market, because a lot of people are making this pivot. Like you'll see it all over. People are making this pivot to, I guess, consultancy, right? To where they're going to give you SOPs and they're going to consult you on SOPs. That's what we are doing, yes. But what makes us different is we're establishing this into your business, right? So we're coming on board. We're giving you the SOPs that are completely pearled, and we're establishing the A players into your business so that it's self-sustainable without you, right?
Exactly.
I was actually breaking it down to his mom earlier because she was curious, and I said, like, if you had to put this in a physical term, it would be essentially us buying that plot of land and establishing a call center for you, for your business, right? And they're just dialing or however they did it in the 1900s or whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
It's established into your own business, and then we bounce because we don't want to take your margins. That's not what we want to do. We don't want a partnership. We don't want to touch that shit. Right? We don't want to touch that shit.
Facts. Facts.
But yeah, so that's what separates us in the market is it's going to be self-sustainable, and we have the talent, right? And we're not going to plug in some random people from overseas. We're going to plug in A players.
A players, straight up, right? And we literally have all of those systems dialed, right? Like how to even scale and hire A players, right? How we're doing it, right? How we've been able to just build a network of killers, right? We have those SOPs dialed, right? Ads. Ads are printing for our clients right now.
Yeah, ads are going crazy.
They're going so nutty. Like we said, we warm dialed earlier today.
Yes, be transparent. Our warm dialer was not performing.
Yeah, our warm dialer is not performing. So it's like,
so
okay, we'll jump in the trenches.
That's our guarantee. If shit goes south, we can fuck it and just hop in for a bit until we get it straightened out. You know what I mean? Straight up, right? Yeah, we were warm dialing and we went crazy today. It was like a call center in here, like old school shit.
Yeah, facts. But the leads are so qualified.
Yeah.
They're coming in for literally like $4.17 per average qualified lead right now, right? And like I said, we literally booked 80% of the people that picked up. Like, it's crazy. They're getting around like 26 opt-ins a day.
Yeah,
like,
super qualified.
Super qualified. It's crazy. Just with the right systems of like how actually obtainable going to 60, 80, 100K a month is, right? And if you want these exact systems, obviously reach out to us. But I break these down in a longer video, like specifically around ads or specifically around closing. Right?
Neuromarketing method as well is broken down.
Right, specifically around neuromarketing, right? Specifically around outbound. Go through our YouTube, watch those videos, right? Reach out to us if you have any questions, right? But like this is the full acquisition ascension process, right? You're gonna have outbound and inbound. Inbound, right? Like if you're not building up your personal brand and creating content assets for people to watch, because what's the saying, right? Is it Myron Golden that says it, or I don't know who says it. Maybe Myron Golden said it from somebody else, but I'm pretty sure I heard it on his platform. People need to watch you for 7 hours to know, like, and trust you, right? And then they will feel comfortable buying, right? So roll out content assets. This is a content asset, right? Like you can go back, watch this, right? Understand exactly what we do, right? And then book a call with us, right? Like it's as simple as that.
Yeah, that's how you get them through the funnel for sure. And this video is just like an overview of the switch. like I said, we're making this pivot now. We dove into a lot of the smaller, minute stuff previously, but now I think it's going to be more tailored to this I guess pivot per se. So it's more SOP driven, which it was before, but we're just going to dive into a more in a more pearled way, I would say. But yeah, we're working on this 24/7, so we can dive into so many different things. Currently, what's on the books for us is client onboarding, right? So we're pearling those SOPs currently. We're trying to build a separate platform strictly for clients, right?
Straight
to
up.
make it super easy.
Super seamless.
We're trying to automate as much as we can. That way we don't have to, manually write down emails, plug them into our softwares, and then manually send emails about, booking meetings and stuff.
Nah, that's dead.
That's dead, yeah.
That's dead.
Don't automate or don't delegate what you can automate. That's fucking retarded. Shout out Nick Setting.
Facts.
So yeah, that's what we're currently working on.
Right, but it's another testament to the systems. Not to cut you off.
No, you're good.
Right, because we have literally gone from that whole concept of working in the business to working on the business. Right, like we no longer have to worry about like where our next lead's coming from. We have a system that's literally getting us extremely qualified leads consistently. Right, like now we can just stay on the forefront of like, all right, how can we get not only the best results for our clients, but the best results for ourselves? How can we have the best fulfillment processes? How can we build the best product on the market, right? Like, it's just pushing the ball forward in the right direction where it needs to be going, right?
Yeah, for sure. So that will probably be next video, which will be about client onboarding, or it could be about Uri, straight up, chief staff officer.
Yeah, chief of staff.
Right? So how he's kind of running that as far as that manager role goes.
Yeah.
Because he's also on the forefront of acquisitions as well. Right?
Exactly.
We're moving forward in more of a CEO position where we're looking at the market as a whole. We're putting out content. We're hopping on sales calls. That's our role. But Uri's really on the forefront of acquisitions and how to manage that team at a high level, which hopefully if you buy a higher end offer, you don't even have to worry about because we'll establish that for you.
Exactly.
But if not, you can watch our next video maybe and just scrape the systems, right?
Yeah, no, that's it. And if you're starting up and you want to launch the app on automations, like I said, go back, watch our videos because I dive in exactly how to do it, right? But like Craig was saying earlier, and this is so important, I want to emphasize it again. Use the app on automations to dial in your messaging, find exactly what your target audience, your ICP, wants to what they want to hear, right? So you can collect cash, right? And you can hop on these sales calls and then use these sales calls, right, as another tool to gather more market research, right? Really understanding, like, okay, what's their problems and what are they saying, right? Like, what are they saying that they want, right? Like, give them what they want so you can sell them what they need, right? Like, give them what they want, right? And that's how you need to position yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
No, exactly. And like, if you want these systems in real time, because obviously our foot is not coming off the gas pedal until we hit that. I'm not even going to say that. Once we hit 84K, we're going to reassess. But the foot is on the gas for right now. So if you want these systems in real time, make sure you subscribe to us here because I know Darius is going to keep breaking it down for you. I don't know how often I'm going to be on these, but he's going to keep breaking them down for you. Honestly, I had a hiccup with my computer, but we got a new one, so maybe I'll start pushing them out.
That's it.
But yeah, everything. We're pearling everything so you can copy it. That's the goal here, right? You can copy our videos and get yourself to enough money to invest with us where we can pearl everything, right?
Yeah.
So copy all these systems and then reach out, right? You can reach out to us on IG at SaulnaDigital at any time. And we can chop it up. We can hop on a sales call. We can send you back-end systems, right? Like,
yeah,
however
see where you're at, straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up. And, if you want to join us, like, in this journey, right, we are always looking for more killers, right? Like I said, we're building an ecosystem right now.
Yeah.
Right? So if you're a closer, copywriter, setter, right, growth operator, right? Like, please stop using that term if you are.
I fucking hate that.
But if you want to get plugged into a high-performing offer and have a real ability to scale a real agency in this new age marketing space, reach out to us, right? Because we are launching I don't know how many more internships
Yeah, I was
we're
gonna
going to
say
be
that.
running, right?
Let's be fully transparent.
Maybe 3 more, right? To really like fill up our network with just like dogs,
Yeah.
right? Reach out to us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what we need, right? Let's be fully transparent. That's what we need. We need A players to keep plugging into these offers, right? So it's a no-brainer, especially for you people, like he said, that are growth specialists or growth operators. But like he said, the internship, I don't know how many more we're going to go because it's pure sauce. We're giving away information that's better than $2, $3, $4, even $5,000 courses online for free. And we're guaranteeing you an offer, which no one else is doing, right?
Straight up.
So we're giving you the best systems on the market, and we're plugging you into high-level offers that we know are going to work because we have the SOPs that you're just going to leverage, right? So it's plug and play. So I don't know, like I might get a little greedy and start charging for it.
It's not going to be free for forever.
Yeah,
straight up, because there is demand around people wanting to join us. We have a wait list, right? So if you want to join the wait list, reach out.
Yeah, reach out for sure. We'll connect you with your eye, honestly, and he'll point you guys in the right direction. Let you know when the next one is starting up. But get in while it's free. And if you're an agency owner or a freelancer, an online education company, reach out to us as well if you want. Let's not waste time here. If you want instant access to these systems, onboarding is super quick as far as it is right now. We can come to an agreement today and we can start you tomorrow. So
easy.
Let's not waste time and let's scale this up.
Yeah, straight up. Outside of that, I mean, like I said, like, comment, subscribe, follow us on IG, reach out to us, drop doc below or doc. You know what I'm saying? Need that, whatever. Need that is the new lingo. You know what I'm saying? All caps. You send it in all caps, we'll give you all the back-end systems.
Yeah, straight like that.
Straight up. But yeah, this was sauce. I'm glad Craig's in town. You know what I'm saying? So, glad we could show his face. Like I said, he's going to be shooting some more looms. Let me get his ear.
I'll shoot some.
Tight. But yeah, this is us literally documenting in real time about we're going from 0 to $84K a month, right? Like, we will be millionaires within the next 12 months. Easy.
By end of the year, for sure.
Yeah, easy.
For sure.
Easy.
$84K a month by end of Q2.
That's the goal.
That's our KPI. Hold us to it.
That's the goal. Straight up. All right. In a bit.